aScope BronchoSampler is a sterile single-use device designed as a functional extension of aScope for broncho, for bronchoalveolar lavage and bronchial wash procedures. Together with aScope for broncho, the solution is designed to enable aspiration and collection of fluid samples from the bronchial or alveolar part of the lung. The BronchoSampler solution is comprised of three parts: the sampler bridge for connection to aScope for broncho, a vacuum source, and a sample container. The sample container that connects to the sampler bridge and holds the retrieved sample. The suction adapter for connection of male-style suction connection if needed. When assembled with aScope for broncho, the BronchoSampler becomes an integrated part of the scope that creates a closed loop for aspiration of fluids, and the system offers suction flow control to enable easy switch between general suctioning and sampling. Before you open the aScope BronchoSampler, visually inspect the packaging to make sure the seal is intact. Open the product carefully. Note the protective area for each component and the two placement cabinets where the sample containers can be placed after sample collection. Assemble the solution by connecting the sampler bridge to the aScope for broncho and engage the attachment lock to secure connection. This will integrate the components. Then connect the suction tubing with or without the suction adapter as needed. Finally, connect the sample container and ensure it is clicked on. You now have a sampling solution that is fully integrated into the aScope for broncho. The aScope and BronchoSampler solution can be operated with either hand. Please note the vertical alignment of the flow switch pointing towards the suction tubing, meaning that the solution is ready for general suctioning. This is the standard configuration, and the BronchoSampler is always delivered in this setting. The flow switch is operated by turning the knob between the flow arrows to direct flow, turn leftwards to prepare for sampling, and back for suctioning. When you are ready to suction, activate suction by pressing the suction button on the aScope for broncho with your index finger. To prepare for specimen sampling, turn the flow switch counterclockwise towards the sample container and align it horizontally. When suction is activated, the aspirated sample will be collected in the sample container. Fluids are instilled through the aScope for broncho by inserting a syringe into the working channel port. When using a Luer lock syringe, use the included introducer. Insert the syringe completely into the working channel port or the introducer, and press the plunger to instill fluid. If the introducer is kept inside the working channel, please note that the suction capability will be reduced. For optimal suction capability, it is recommended to remove the introducer or syringe entirely during suction. Perform sampling by pressing the suction button on the aScope for broncho. Do not fill the sample container above the maximum of the volume indicator scale. Remove the sample container by pressing the flip top and pull the sample container from the sampler bridge. Close the sample container by pressing the sample container lid towards the sample container interface and engage the click lock. Once the click lock is engaged, do not reopen the lid. Repeat to obtain as many samples as needed. Disengage suction by pulling the suction tube off the sampler bridge. If needed, you can detach the sampler bridge from the aScope for broncho by disengaging the attachment lock. and pull the sampler bridge off the aScope for broncho. If needed, the sample can be accessed by unscrewing the sample container glass counterclockwise.